going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video. I hope you guys enjoyed the weekend. I enjoyed my weekend. You know, I went out on Saturday. Saturday was a day. It went by really fast, and then basically my whole weekend was over. Saturday I went to celebrate my cousin Ashton's birthday. This is last year in his 20s. And we went down to Penn's Landing and had a great time. It was just, you know, he was doing the skating thing, and it was too hot for me to be skating because all I could think about is sweat everywhere, and I just couldn't do it. But I enjoyed the fireworks. I had a drink. And you know, of all people who I knew would be down there, guess who was down there?
Dennis.
Daryl. So, you know, I met him. I met his co-host for his podcast show. We talked for a little bit, and then I went downtown, and it was just a lot of people out. Everybody was out. When the sun was out, everybody was out. I meant the heat. When it's hot, everybody wants to come out of nowhere. And everybody I thought I was going to see, I ended up seeing. So I just had a great weekend. But Sunday was just way too quick. And you know, it's already the 4th of July. And it's, well, tomorrow is. But it's already July. Like, this year is halfway done. It's just going by way too fast. But if you're watching us for the first time, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Please make sure that you like our video. And 1 month and what is it? 1 month and 32 days, the Scorpion Show will celebrate our 10th anniversary live show. If you have not purchased your tickets, please get your tickets today. The link is inside the more info box. When you click the link, it'll take you over to PayPal, where you can pay $25 for your ticket. And no, you do not need a PayPal account to pay for your ticket. If anybody has any questions, please make sure that you...
You said no, they don't need a PayPal account?
No. If you just... It's $25 and you use your credit card to pay. You didn't know that?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But they have to pay via PayPal.
Mm-hmm. You pay via PayPal, right, but through your credit card. That's why you guys have the link there. To,
I didn't know. See, I don't know what link you have. I'm just the one collecting the money. Yeah. I didn't know that you didn't know. That's something new. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, please get your tickets. And yeah, how was your weekend? I didn't see you since last Thursday.
Well, it was too hot all this weekend. It's been a heat wave all over this country.
Mm.
I went to a banquet on Saturday, and then it's been one of those weekends where it's like you go outside when you have to go outside.
Yeah, because as soon as you go outside, that shit just hits you.
It's like, whoa.
And I've been complaining about it not being hot and not too. Now it's too fucking hot.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
It's way too hot.
And now it's raining.
Yes, it's
so
trying
it's trying to cool off. But yeah, it was a quiet weekend. Like I said, the heat it was a heat wave all across the country, and it was just like 97, 96, 98 degrees. It's like, what the and then it was so humid. It was like, huh.
Very sticky.
There was different parts of Philly where the power went out because of
a water main break happened this morning.
This morning, yeah. Thank God I didn't go that way leaving from work, because I would have been caught all up in that traffic.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just like the heat has really been causing that. Then I think it was Saturday or Friday, that first day of like the heat wave, the heat was so bad for one of the trains, SEPTA, that
the tracks was too high.
No, not even the tracks. The near the zoo, the regional rail line. That thing that touches the wires as it's going, it did something to the wires, and it disconnected, and the whole train lost power, and they were stuck for 4 hours.
Oh my God!
Mind you, 90-something degrees with no air conditioning.
Oh my God! I didn't even hear about that.
And, yeah, I was watching it on the news.
They were, after 4 years, they're gonna get some kind of compensation.
And then what made it worse is that the train that was supposed to come and get them, they couldn't come and get them because they had a medical emergency on that train.
Oh.
So then they had to wait another 3 hours for another train.
It was just God's plan.
Yeah.
That happened that way. But do me a favor, if you have elderly neighbors, please check up on them during this heat. Because I don't know, or you don't know if their air might not be working, or if they just have a box fan. You know, if you could just look out for your neighbors, make sure you check for them. Because I haven't really heard of any heat-related deaths recently, but let's prevent them by checking up on our elderly people. So it's been a lot going on as far as the news. I think we should first start with Power, since Power is back. I know you've seen it. I know you watch Power. Power is back for season 5.
Let me tell you something. I still can't believe it's been 5 seasons.
Yes.
And they've been renewed for another one.
Already?
Yes. My coworker told me they were renewed for another one. Well, they should have
been.
That's
right. Yeah.
After Tyreek text run, that was renewal for season 6.
I'm done. I'm done with Tyreek. I'm done with Dre, and I'm done with Valdez. I'm Angela.
Can I ask you a question? Why is I saw people saying that they were upset with her? Why is everybody upset with her?
Because first of all, she's in the mix now.
She is in the mix, but she's trying not to.
No, she's trying to. First of all, she's trying. She's trying Tasha during her time of bereavement.
She is trying.
Don't make it look like you're doing them a favor.
But she is.
You are doing yourself and everybody.
But she's doing everybody.
So that's why.
But see, the thing is, she don't know who killed that cop. So she needs.
Not yet.
Yeah, but she
shouldn't have been there.
But see, this is the thing. Tasha, if you want her to help you the way you want her to help you, then you need to let her know what the fuck is going on. If Tyreek killed this guy, then you need to let her know Tyreek killed this guy so she can take the appropriate steps. Because in her mind, Ghost is the one that killed this guy, and you are protecting Ghost.
But she shouldn't have gave Tasha the address. She knew what was going to go down last season. She knew how all of that.
I can't even remember what she gave. I remember
because she came up there and she was like, "I just need the address." She's trying to find her son. All of that stuff.
Well, that's what Tasha gave. That's the story that Tasha gave her. I'm trying to find my son.
The son was already on his way over there to do what he was.
The son was there.
Yeah, and then he threatened to kill Dre. I just want to know why is he so invested in keeping Dre alive?
Yeah.
Like, that is irking me. Tyreek needs more than an ass whooping. He needs to be like abused. I'm sorry, but because he's fucking everything up.
I agree.
He's fucking everything up just because they lied to you. Some things you don't need to know, and you are working against your own father because of the shit that you done heard, and all of that. He just makes me so upset. And I want to Ghost to rough him up even more when they was going back and forth about Raina and why is she dead and all of that. He wouldn't tell them the full story. And I believe that he sat there and he still lied about the situation. I got to go back and listen to the conversation, but I believe while they were going back and forth, he lied about it again. And Dre is just thinking like, he's kind of like the new money kind of, when you new and you think you the biggest, got the biggest balls on the block, you's really smelling yourself and you really getting into all kinds of situations. It's going to end up.
That's exactly what Dre is doing. Dre is smelling and feeling himself, and Dre needs to sit his happy ass down because he's fucking over Ghost, the one who gave him an opportunity.
Yeah.
Ghost was the one who looked out for him in the beginning, and he's fucking him over. But this is a prime example. Dre is a prime example of niggas out here that once they get a couple dollars and get a little clout, they start turning their back on those who looked out for them. But that's how it is. That's exactly how it is. That's just how niggas are. They get a couple dollars and they forget who was there for them in the beginning. But like I told my coworker, I said when Dre gets his, I want Ghost to do it, and I want it to be a slow, painful death.
I want Holly to die.
I want Ghost to slice his neck, and then I want him to grab him by the shirt collar, and I want him to look Dre in his eyes as Dre is choking to death off his own blood. I just want him.
He needs to do more than that.
No, it's slow, painful death. That's slow and painful.
Yeah, but
he's choking on his blood.
Yeah, but see now, like once they get Dre, then Kanan's character, because we already seen the non-trust from Ghost.
But I still think
you want to set me up.
I still think that Kanan is.
Oh yeah, he's going to get his payback.
Yeah, he is. Because you ain't just helping for nothing. This man set you on fire. And you just all of a sudden turn around helping. Oh no, there's something more to this.
Yeah, it's I don't know when or where, but that's going to be probably a big plot twist halfway through the season.
It's a lot of different stories going on because you got Tasha and the lawyer.
Yes.
You got now the mom seeing that the lawyer and the mom probably gonna start running her mouth.
And I'm tired of. I don't like Lorenz Tate's character. It's just like one of those dirty, corrupt politicians.
Yeah, he's so sneaky.
And like that funeral. First of all, I was mad when they did the close up of Raina's picture in that casket because I said,
Miss Potato Head,
you trying her? Don't do that. How did her body fit in that casket? Because it was way too small for the funeral scene. Then when they pulled her out the church, it was a nice big casket. I didn't get that.
By the way, I want to go visit that church because it seems to be a real church. And the only reason why I say this is, if anybody's ever seen American Gangster with Denzel Washington, that's the same church that he came out of and got arrested. When that scene in American Gangster, when he was coming out of church with his mom and his wife, and the cops was waiting outside waiting for him, that's that very same church. I kept looking at the pulpit and I noticed the cross, the lit up cross, and I said, where do I know this pulpit from? And you know, I watch a lot of movies. I'm like, and then when I'm like, wait, that's American Gangster. And then when they started bringing the body out the church, and when they opened them big doors out, I said, yep, American Gangster, because those were the same doors when they opened the door and Denzel Washington and
I wonder how many other people knew that. I doubt a lot of people knew that because I didn't know that.
I paid close, and American Gangster is over 11 years old. That movie, I paid close attention to stuff like that.
So do you think Lala's character? I can't remember her name. Well, I can't remember her name.
I was about to say Tracy. No, not Tracy. Keisha.
Keisha. What you think she's going to do with Tasha?
I think she's going to be chasing Tommy. That
because he was holding her hand in the church.
That rare dick.
You're trying it.
Is it rare or well done? No.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. You never know.
No, I'm saying.
I don't know.
Because
some people. I'm not going there with Mikkel today. You have to try it for yourself.
No, I don't.
You have to try.
I like my meat. I go to the restaurant and they say, how did you like your steak cooked? Well done. Medium rare, I don't want no pink stuff. I don't want no... Cool.
I'm not going there. I'm not having that conversation right now. But yeah, it's... I
don't know. Do you think she's going to turn on her? I don't think so.
I don't think she's going to turn, but I don't like her character right now. I don't like Keisha's character.
She's in mourning. Her best friend's daughter just died, as she said.
She needs to work on her acting a little bit. Because I don't know. I mean, I understand she said, I don't know. But I'm just loving, I love the first episode. And then, but see, Angela deleting that shit. And then the cop that came and confronted her. Angela is really going to go down the season. She's going to be finding herself in the unemployment line by episode probably 4. I don't know.
Who's going to go what?
Angela. She's going to be in the unemployment line because they know she's a dirty cop. And then they're trying to get Ghost too.
They definitely
with
know
that
she's
girl.
A dirty cop. Yeah, they definitely know she's a dirty cop.
When the girl recognized Ghost's voice, like I'm like, okay, they laying out a whole bunch of stuff that's going to happen this season. Somebody's going to see that the gun was there and now it's not there. And they said once it's deleted, it's permanently deleted. But what if somebody...
But she used somebody else's name. Remember, she used another cop's name to go in the system and what's her name?
But there's ways to see who logged in.
Yeah, because of what computer you logged in on, too. Yes. This is 2018. People can see that. I wonder why people can see that, but they can't fix these surveillance cameras on this corner store.
Because people need to get a great quality camera when it comes to protecting your home and seeing who was in your house. Because if it's all grainy, how the fuck do you expect me to call in? Because I want to get $25,000 anonymous.
Me too.
Okay, so if you
I want to get $500,000. Shit.
Don't be having them old grainy 1980s footage. We need clear cameras. Just like how these cops getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Like they cop that killed that guy in Pittsburgh or outside of Pittsburgh. Or all kind of people have cameras and they're shooting it. That's how clear these images need to be.
Yeah, because there's no reason why an iPhone camera is much clearer than a surveillance camera on somebody's corner store. Yeah. And you want me to identify somebody who robbed you, but I can't even see their damn face. You mean to tell me these cameras in outer space can see what's going on in New York City from outer space, but I can't see what the hell's going on 2 feet in front of me with this damn camera?
And you know who don't play when it comes to cameras? The poppy stores. They have about 13 cameras in the store. They got a camera when you walk in, when you're at the register, when you're midway, when you walk to the back. If you walk on the side, they got one like right there. It captures everything. Even outside, you're not getting away with it.
And don't be digging in your butt in there, because
I'm not. And it can rewind there and watch it. Especially for something to look at. So, you know, I'm just saying. So you said power. Power is just.
Is that mean?
No, that's thunder.
Oh.
I don't want to hear nothing she has to say. You know, so yeah, Power was definitely a great episode.
You and your mom don't never want to hear nothing she got to say.
Yeah. If I miss anything, please. If we miss anything, please leave your comments down below.
Power was good.
Yes, it was.
This is to start a good episode. Yes. You know, a good season opener.
Yeah. So who gonna turn on who? Dre gonna turn on Tariq, or Tariq gonna turn on Dre?
Dre will turn on Tariq to save his life. He ain't got no loyalty to that boy.
Oh my God! I hope he don't get killed this season. Oh
Listen.
And where's the baby?
Yes. She was sitting on the grandma's lap. But where's she been at?
Hi. She ain't had time for that. Yeah. Shout out to Debbie Morgan. I was happy to see her on the show. But but I understand why they was going at it in the hallway of the church.
Because the mom caught Tasha kissing that guy, the lawyer. She was coming down the steps and she saw.
Oh, I probably missed that part.
You did miss that part.
Because I was wondering why she was all upset. I'm like,
yeah, because she was coming down the steps and she looked down the steps and saw Tasha and that guy. That's why she said, what is going on?
That's when I was probably making my bowl of spaghetti and missed that.
Debbie Morgan.
Yeah, shout out to Debbie. You know she's been married like 3 or 4 times.
Well, Alfie Woodard is something else.
What'd she do?
Oh, wait, Debbie Morgan, sorry.
So, let's get into last night's episode of Basketball Wives.
Oh my God.
Now, mind you, I didn't watch the full episode. I don't even care about that part. So, piggying back off what happened last week, when we talked about it, some people were feeling you, some people weren't feeling you. There's like, oh, it was exaggerated. No, I'm going to tell you how this went down. Tami really she stirred the pot, and she don't like the fact that Jen and Evelyn are friends.
That's right.
Point blank.
That's what
and this, I think, at first I thought it was like a fake feud between Evelyn and Tami. Or maybe it still could be fake, but no, it can't be. No. But I'm still trying to find out why they can't get along. Evelyn fucked your husband 20 years ago, okay? Y'all had it out 8 years ago. It's over with. It's done. How can you still not, or if, like, how y'all still friends in the same circle and all that, how you still holding that animosity against her? If Evelyn was a hoe back in the day, so what? She was a hoe back in the day. You're loud, you start shit, you stir the pot, you're messy, and people still deal with you, Tami. You know, so I was just getting upset with that. But then, from the part where I caught up on Basketball Wives is when Tami was showing Evelyn the receipts of what Jen had sent her and what Jen had sent Malaysia, but Malaysia didn't say anything while they were there because she feel like my name is Bennett, but I ain't in it. I ain't got shit to do with that.
Right.
And
she's right.
Yeah, and I was feeling her on that. So, you know, they had a couple of ponderosas, and we ain't got to break down the whole episode. We got to the point where Evelyn, Jen, Shawnee, Tami, and Jackie were all outside. I don't know why they kept, one of them kept saying this room. Y'all not in the, Evelyn kept saying this room. Y'all outside with the group. And y'all talking about what went on. So basically, it was, once everybody was there, Jen was like, fuck. I think Evelyn might have texted Jen and was like, no bitch, she came with the receipts. She got the text messages. And Jennifer just broke down and apologized to Shawnee for all of that stuff. Shawnee accepted the apology, but she's not really here for the situation. And now that Jennifer apologized for lying, I start thinking, well, if she was lying about that situation, oh, she's definitely lying about Tim from Sweetie Pies being a stalker and all of that stuff.
Well, she over-exaggerated that.
Yeah, but
because I've never even heard about him. Well,
but see, when you messy like that, and just because you don't like somebody no more, don't mean you get to make up rumors about people. Right. And that's what I wasn't feeling. Now, people were upset that Evelyn was more upset with Tami than Jennifer. I'm going to tell y'all 2 reasons why I think that way. The first reason why is I think that maybe Evelyn didn't care because she wasn't friends with her at that time. And well, that's what people do when you're not friends, Or second, Evelyn probably said some shit about Jennifer that hasn't even gotten out yet. And that's why she's keeping her mouth shut. Because sometimes, I mean, you don't want to be the pot calling the kettle black. And then somebody done spill your fucking tea that you done said about her. But see, the thing is, with Tami just wants to break up the friendship between Evelyn and Jennifer.
Because she's jealous.
Yeah, she's jealous. Like, first of all, they made a pact over... Evelyn and Jennifer, when the beats, they talked about their problems, and then you got to think about the fact that Jennifer's mother died, so that was another conversation piece, or another bonding experience of Evelyn being in Jennifer's life, someone she's known for 20 years, and they stopped talking over Chad. So over, what did Iyanla Vanzant say? A penis! A penis! Like, that's what happened, basically. So, Tami, I just don't understand why you're so mad. Let them have that. Don't be like, oh, well, see, you said it's about that person. You're being messy. You're doing this.
And she knew she was being messy by bringing that up to Shawnee.
Yeah. And Shawnee really don't want to have nothing. It seems like she don't want to have nothing to do with nobody. She's tired. Because basically y'all all too old for this dumb shit. All of this is high school mess. And y'all in your 40s.
But I'm loving it all of a sudden. For some odd reason, I'm loving it. You know, I'm loving it because I don't really care for Tami Roman. I never really did after that whole incident, like I told you a few seasons ago when she bullied that girl. After she did that, I never really cared for her. And I just felt like she brought this up because she was expecting the relationship between Jen and Evelyn to fizzle. And you can see as clear as day she's jealous of the fact that they are friends. I mean, Stevie Wonder can see that. Okay, he sees a lot of things.
Don't do Stevie like that. So
no, I'm not done. Yeah, so Stevie Wonder can see that, okay? That she's jealous. Tami thought that she had, but see the thing is, she thought that Evelyn was going to start to switch up on Jen. But Evelyn is now bringing it back to her, like, you've always been jealous, you're this, that, and the third. But I love the ending of this episode. Because like Evelyn said, I'm happy Tami said what she said about me and Chad, because it shows how messy and how nasty and how grimy she really is. For Tami to say that to bring that situation up about Chad, that was a low blow. That really was a low blow. But you know what? I'm happy that Chad's daughter a week ago came out in support of Evelyn by saying, you know, you helped me, by you leaving my dad, helped me to have that confidence to not be in a relationship like that, or whatever the case may be. But you know what, Tami? What did Nene say?
You can't win when you play dirty.
Yeah, you know, you can't win. Whatever she said, but that's what she said. Yeah. Tami, you know what? You're slowly but surely. Jennifer nobody already like her, but you slowly but surely becoming that person that ain't nobody gonna be fucking with on the show. The main girls anyway, which is Shawnee, Jennifer, Evelyn, they're not fucking with you. I love Malaysia. Malaysia probably still fucking with you. Jackie be the only one that's really fucking with you. You know, that's the only one that's still fucking with you. But Tami is such a troublemaker. She is such a troublemaker. And I'm glad Evelyn got her together. She really got her together at the end. Like, you're jealous. You look like a crackhead. You need to do something about your weight. And she does, because she looks very, very skinny.
I was thinking that, like different scenes.
Different scenes, she just looks really skinny and unusually skinny. And then that one scene when she was out shopping with her boyfriend, telling him, oh, she has to help him dress. And I'm thinking, well, who the fuck is helping you dress? The dark Ronald McDonald? Because you don't have no style at all. No style. Your clothes look like they belong. I mean, they're too big on you. Like, I'm Team Evelyn. I'm just Team Evelyn.
Yeah, some people
when it comes to Tami, I'm Team Evelyn.
Yeah, somebody gonna tweet me. You know, I don't like really going back and forth.
But when it comes to Jennifer, I'm Team Shawnee. Because Jennifer, you's a messy bitch too.
Yeah, they all messy.
Tami, I'm Team Evelyn. When it comes to Jennifer, I'm Team Shawnee. Fuck that
Jennifer,
bitch.
no, because Evelyn, because Shawnee can just come out anywhere at the end of this season and say, you know what, Jennifer, thank you for your service. But Evelyn not gonna let that happen.
No, and they need you. But see, you know what? Back to Jennifer and that guy from Sweetie Pie. I think Jennifer probably did make that up because she needed a storyline. Because remember, that was the whole thing when this season first started. Her and this guy. Now you can't talk about him no more because now we don't care about his big wide hips up.
Yeah. Tell me from Sweetie Pie.
Yeah.
If he didn't have so much hips, he would really.
He has too much hips.
Yeah,
like he got thyroids.
I don't know, but.
Oh my God.
Who's that? Oh yeah, that's back to team. So, yeah, we're done with basketball.
Yeah.
So more stuff happened. Lee Daniels. Okay, now first of all, I gotta. There was a comment that had over 131 likes. And I'm going to go to the video because I'm going to call this person out. Because you know, people think that. I mean, we've been here 10 years. Then sometimes we get it right and sometimes we get it wrong.
They had 131 likes.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
You know.
I guess it wasn't a nice comment.
Oh, I forgot that I turned the thing off. But I'm gonna pull it up on the computer.
Well,
where is
when
it?
they don't like what you gotta say, a bunch of them chime in.
Yeah, but it wasn't nasty. It wasn't mean. But wait a minute, I have to find
He
it.
said 131 likes.
Yes.
Well,
So this person, sincerely Todd Taylor. Jesus, can y'all research stuff before doing videos? He sued Lee Daniels and won. And Lee still hasn't paid him. He did speak out when Monique said her shit, but who listens to Dane? Lee owes him his money.
mm-hmm.
And this got 129 likes.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Now I'm going to address this comment because first of all, I'm not sure why I got 129 likes. We went over everything except for that part that you put in there because that is not true.
About what's not true?
About Lee Daniels being sued and Dame Dash won. That's not doing your research. And for you to come at me and say that and put it on here, you owe them an apology because you misled all of those people. That never happened. Now, yes, they did go to court. And I think we said that part about Dame Dash suing him. But we never talked about the outcome because it was non-important. We talked about the $2 million that was sent for the movie for the Woodsman.
And we talked about that.
And he got the money. He got the money back.
Right.
And then he
We talked about what Dame
$2 million.
Dash talked about.
Yes.
In the video.
Yes. So I don't know when she said research and stuff. Now in the midst of all of that, we started talking about basketball wise.
Right.
Now if it was that much important, maybe I should have said it, but I don't think it was that important because them going to court, they didn't even make it to court. Dame Dash sued Lee Daniels and then they had a settlement. So Dame Dash never won anything. They settled out of court. And when they settled out of court, Lee Daniels still never gave him his money. So even though he still never got his money, why, if we already talking about Lee Daniels should give him his motherfucking money, and how Lee Daniels sat on TMZ with the girl Raquel and said how much he was wrong, why do we need to add that part in? Once we done went on too long discussing Lee Daniels and basketball wives. What else did you need to know? That part, it doesn't even matter. All that matters is that Dame Dash is still confronting and still wants his money from Lee Daniels. That Lee Daniels said, yes, I owe him the money. I looked him in the eyes and said I would give him back his $2 million even though it was an investment. So I don't know what else needs to be said. But when we get it wrong, y'all are so quick to point out something wrong, but nobody never say, oh yeah, I love this part, or I like that part. You say something wrong, you do something wrong, oh, that's the first thing they see. That's the first thing. And I just wasn't feeling that. Because I didn't think that part was important. Because we already came to the conclusion of that's why he was already being confronted by Lee Daniels, because he owed him the money. And he never gave it to him. My thing was that's all I got to say. That's why I waited a couple days to reply, because I wanted to see what was going to happen. Some people were in defense of what we, we're talking about, but then you get some people, oh, that's why I unsubscribe. If you want to unsubscribe, unsubscribe. What? But a lot of people that unsubscribe, they come back anyway. Come on though, we've been doing this for 10 years. We already know how this is going to go.
10 damn years.
10 damn years. But like I don't get people sometimes. We're not gonna always get it right. If you want a channel that always get it right, then go to CNN, go to MSNBC, or shit, go to Fox News. You know, go ahead. But yeah, that just made me upset. So anyway, Lee Daniels was still that was just a portion of the interview when Lee Daniels admitted he was wrong. So he went on to talk about the situation with Monique, and he basically was saying what we were saying, that Lee Daniels' situation with Dame Dash and Monique are different situations. And that he said that Monique...
we said the same thing.
Yeah. Now he said that Monique... Yes, okay, and I believe it.
No, but
No! You know what? Let's see this how we get thrown off. So let me go back before I miss something.
Yeah, let me leave you alone.
Let me forget before I miss something. So, Lee Daniels went on to explain why he think that Monique blackballed herself. Now, he went on to say that because the Monique saying fuck Tyler Perry, Oprah, and himself, he said this is the reason why she is blackballed, and he really tried to help her. He talks about his soul and her soul. First of all, Monique ain't really... That wasn't even acting and Precious. I mean, that was just bitch being a mean bitch. I think anybody can pull that off. And that's the side of Monique that she has, and she has already displayed that. But I still love Monique. Anyway.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I disagree, but
well,
go ahead.
Hey, shit, anybody can sit
She
there
did a good
say,
job.
you dumb bitch.
No, but everybody can't do that. Because you got to have some type of feeling behind that.
Yeah.
And not everybody can do that. Because a lot of people get behind the camera and they get shy.
Yeah, I do. I do sometimes.
No, I wasn't talking about you, but I was just saying.
saying.
But that's a lot of people do, and a lot of people can't pull that off.
Yeah, so I just think it was just her showing her other side. But anyway, it was great work. And when I seen the movie, I remember when I first seen the trailer, I told you.
You did.
She's
was going to get an Oscar.
nominated.
You did. Yes, you did. And I
sure
said,
did.
no, I can't see for this movie, and you were absolutely right.
Yep. From the trailer. So
that means that back then you thought it was good acting. Now you don't think it's good acting.
No, it's a part of you. It's a part of her. But that bitch, come on. Monique done showed us this is her side. She done went off all of those times.
But Maya Angelou said
she got a little Mary in
when
her.
they show you who they are.
Believe them.
Believe them.
Yes, and she showed us.
Okay.
So, so Lee said that, and then Monique was saying that it's not true about the Netflix deal, and she tells Lee Daniels to shut up. He tells her to shut up, she tells him to shut up, and they both laugh. First of all, y'all sound like two little girls. Right. Y'all need to fix it or just leave it alone.
Well, didn't I say that to you? I said, why don't they just call each other?
Yeah, and I do believe that Lee Daniels told Monique she was blackballed. I do believe that. I do. I believe he told her that, but he won't admit to saying it. But Monique, this is what happens when you were being difficult because you didn't want to go to the Cannes Festival to promote your film. If any film studio sees that, we have a Oscar-nominated film, and if we want her to promote, we gotta pay her extra. Who's gonna want to hire you? You already showed what you that side, and then let's not forget about you. And the director from Almost Christmas, or the producer, Will Packer, y'all had a situation on set. And y'all got the emails going back and forth. The emails showed how bad you and your husband were. It didn't show, like, it didn't make Will Packer look bad. It made y'all look bad. Because y'all the ones looking for a job. Right. He's not.
Right.
So,
you're right.
Yeah. But I love Monique. I would really love to see her acting again. And I believe her on Empire, even though the right person got the job. I believe that Taraji P. Henson is the best cookie. And I don't think Monique would have had that impact like Taraji. No. I don't believe that at all.
No.
So, moving on. These people with the kids. Now, Peppermint Patty lied. I don't even want to go on and on about her. Peppermint Patty lied. She did call the cops on that girl.
Which one is, you mean Permit Patty? Permit
Patty.
She called the cops on that girl.
She really called the cops. She lied and said she didn't.
That she was just scared, but she did.
And they got a 911 call. Right. And then...
And they're going to get on the news and start crying.
Yeah. For what? You fucking liar. And then... the neighbor in one of the Ohio cities, is a greater Cleveland area. Oh, don't get me wrong, I got the wrong city, oh Lord. But it was in Ohio. The neighbor called on a 12-year-old kid cutting grass. Called the cops. Yeah, you know how, certain parts of the city where there is grass, you got one side and they got the side. Our houses are connected anyway, but sometimes your house may be separate, but you got that imaginary line when it comes to the grass.
Right.
So the neighbor calls the cops on the 12-year-old boy for cutting her part of the grass. She felt it was that necessary to call the cops. Mind you, you know how these cops are. I'm glad nothing happened with the children, because everybody looked at her like, what the fuck is your problem?
Right. So that was on camera too.
Yes, the lady, the neighbor, the black lady who was getting her yard cut. Now, see, I don't know if the neighbor's
black or white. Lady.
Yes, I don't know if I don't know if it's a black cop. I mean, if it's a white neighbor or a black neighbor. But the neighbor called the cops. But the lady who was getting her yard cut was a black woman. And I mean,
no. So you don't see the one who called the cops. We don't know if she's black or white.
We don't know. Okay. But I'm just tired of people calling the cops on children.
Right.
These children, first of all, we need to be celebrating these children that's doing something this fucking summer besides sitting on the block
and shooting each other.
Yes, they're out there trying to make an honest dollar. Oh, I'm getting mad, and y'all just calling the cops. I remember being, a teenager. My mom got all of us them little weed whackers. She ain't buy us no lawnmower, but she was like, y'all better go out there and make y'all fucking money, cause I ain't giving you shit. She went to Home Depot, put them things in her car, and we went around cutting people's grass and made money. So there's no such thing as never not making money.
Right.
You better find a way to get out there and make money. And for you to call the cops over, oh, you cut my side of the grass, come on. But the shining light on this story is the neighbor whose grass was getting cut. She filmed it. Put it on her Facebook, complained about it. It got so many shares. Now this little boy is going to be cutting grass for the rest of this summer because so many people want him to cut their grass. And him on his tippy toes pushing the lawnmower. And he got his little.
Why wish she would have gotten the neighbor who called the cops?
Yeah,
but she was in the house.
I don't know. But see, when the news was reporting this, so the news said that the person did call the news station. But she declined to go on camera.
Of course she did, because she don't want to.
Yeah, you look stupid. Let these kids make their money.
They do all of this, and then when the cameras come, they hide from the cameras. Yeah. They get scared.
It's not even that serious. They tell them, don't cut my side of the grass. Don't touch this part. And
he's poor thing. He probably just was so happy to cut the grass. He probably didn't know.
Yes, but now bitch, the news there. He's on camera. He's smiling. Got his little fans and family all around, he's like, I'm making money. Like, call me. He's like, call me. Don't be afraid to call me. I'll be there. And then he said, I'm gonna be on time. So
how old was he?
12 years old.
Oh, that's right.
So if y'all need y'all yard cut, call him. Let him cut your yard. It's hard out here for these children, and especially that was 20 years ago. But he ain't in camp. He's out here making money cutting the grass. Let that little boy make grass. And if people want to sell their lemonade, stop trying to say, oh, you need a permit to sell fucking lemonade.
Yeah, leave them
it's
kids
lemonade.
Alone. Right, leave them damn kids alone.
We used to sell ice cups and all of that shit back in the day. Let them make their honest money. And if your kid's sitting at home, you need to do something about it. Send them to camp, do something. Get them out there in the streets instead of just sitting up under you all day and sucking up your ear. Let them go out there and work and let them know what it's like to make $1. So
my mom just texted me about the birthday card I got her today.
What she said?
She's thank you. Yes, a wonderful card.
You put some coins in there.
I did, but the card was a really nice card. I always pick out. My mom always said I pick out the best cards. I do. I pick out really nice cards, and I don't even have to open it. All I have to do is read the front of them and be like, "Yep, this is it."
Do you think she cried?
I don't know. She probably. I don't know. But she got on my nerves this weekend. Oh, she got on my nerves real bad. Friday. We were going at it so bad.
It's too hot for
That's what I told her. It's too hot. So then when I saw her Saturday night, she gonna ask me when I saw her, you still mad at me? I said, no, I'm over that. So, you know, my dad chimed in. He said, yeah, because she's always listening to somebody else. She needs to mind her business. So I said, yeah. Because I was going to call him and say, can you call your wife and tell her to stop calling my phone?
So you just stopped answering her phone calls?
No, I didn't stop answering her phone calls. She called me and we started arguing. Then I called her back. Then we argued some more.
Y'all both being petty.
Yeah.
On this hot ass weekend.
Yeah. I said, why would you call me, ask me about that? Then I asked her, I said, do you pay for anything of mine? I don't want to talk about that. I'm on the other line. But you called me. Tell me you on the other line. Now you lying. Oh, I'm on the other line. I don't want to talk about that. Now you don't want to talk about that because I done pulled your card. Then she wants, the next day, because I ignored her all Friday and all day Saturday. So Saturday night, you still mad at me? No, I'm not mad at you no more. Now she want to be nice. Oh, that was a nice card. I bet you it was. This is her calling me. Was that? Yeah, she just called me. I'm not answering. Well, no, I missed the call anyway, though. I'll call her back later. Oh, she got on my nerves so bad.
So, Braxton Family Values is the show is on a hiatus, indefinite hiatus.
Why?
Because the Braxtons wants their money, and they said that they was going to shoot like last weekend. Oh, did I get this right? They went to shoot the show last weekend, and Tracy was the only one to show up. So they halted the production, and mind you, this was in Atlanta. Tracy's the only one that showed up. Y'all couldn't call Tracy and tell her not to show up. Now who the fuck lived Miss Evelyn?
Stone Tawanda lives in
and Trina. Yes. So y'all could have told her not to show up. She's the only one that showed up. So then, so the Braxtons, basically they want extra money. And I feel that the Braxtons deserve it. And I want Tamar to be careful about touting all of y'all success on your Instagram and stuff. Because I don't want y'all to go to court and, you know, like but I feel like they definitely deserve it.
But wouldn't it, okay, so I haven't seen what she's been posting, but wouldn't it be her way of saying, this is why we deserve more money? Because
but it needs to be a joint statement instead of just
her.
person.
Okay,
yes.
I see what you're saying. But I do agree with her. We've been this successful. Who the fuck was watching WeTV?
Nobody.
Before we got him on here, nobody. Yeah. And people still watch the Braxtons. You know, it may not be this large audience, but people still watch that show because it's still on TV.
And there's value in the Braxtons,
right?
All of them,
right? And I agree with her. Like we've been this successful since the show came out. We do need more. Every last one of them need more money.
Yeah. And you know,
I'm tired.
And Miss Jocelyn Hernandez is on her way to WeTV. She's going to get a reality show now. I don't know if they're offering Jocelyn more money, and they found out, and that's why they boycotting. But they should be definitely getting paid. I don't even know how much I would pay the Braxtons, but I know that Tony and Tamar should be like an equal level. Maybe Tony get a little bit more than Tamar, but see, Tamar is let's keep it real.
Yeah. Her personality is what draws people to the show. Because I think if Tamar wasn't on there, wouldn't nobody watch the Braxtons. And that's no shade, but it's her personality that brings people in. A lot of Tawanda's not loud and obnoxious like Tamar. Neither is Tracy. Neither is Trina. Neither is Tony. So you need that person that's going to bring the people to watch, and that's Tamar. But remember, I said that to Tamar when she first told us about the show years ago. I was like, you guys, you're going to be the breakout star. She, you know, and she became the breakout star. Yeah. She did. So, I mean, but who do you think more people would want to watch? Jocelyn or the Braxtons? Who do you think would bring more viewers?
The Love and Hip Hop crowd is definitely going to watch.
Yeah, but I think after a while they're going to realize on WeTV you ain't going to get that.
You ain't going to get that,
that you get.
Because I don't even know how many people watch Growing Up Hip Hop. But I mean, they got like 2 different seasons.
But it's still on.
Yeah, I think that.
Who's watching it?
I don't.
Besides my coworker, Khalid.
Because I don't watch Bow Wow. And Bow Wow is fake to me. But I just feel like the Braxtons are they should be definitely getting a raise. And they've been on TV since 2011. So how much money are they getting each per season? I mean, they're not updated with the Real Housewives contracts. but definitely at least each $500,000 or something.
Yeah.
If WeTV has it, they need that. They deserve to be paid that because they're putting all of their family issues and business on TV.
Yeah.
We done found out that Tracy's husband's a cheat. We done found out that
Well, he looked like he was a cheater.
Gabe likes to do all kinds of stuff
on the internet.
Yeah.
And transsexual.
Yes. And then we're learning about Vincent's and Tamar's volatile relationship when it comes to domestic violence.
When Tracy got smart with Miss Evelyn at that table.
Hey, and Miss Evelyn would slap the piss out of everybody.
And so Tracy, I think you should leave. I'm going to do that.
Miss Evelyn with her being in and out the hospital.
Yeah.
Tawanda with Andre trying to take the kids in her home.
The father with his new wife.
Yes, and Tracy's son with his health issues and the baby mom. Like
and
they
the brother
put
not being nowhere to be found.
Well, I wouldn't want that. They put all their fucking business out there, so they deserve every check.
Yeah,
because it's not gonna be a lot of people that's that open.
Right.
Tamar had a baby on the show.
Well, I mean, you may find some people that open down there on 13th Street.
No, see, like. First of all, I care about a reputation because if I didn't, I would have this house. We would have been the number one reality show. Number one reality show.
No, I said you may find somebody that open down on 13th Street.
No, you're talking about that sexual kind of way. You know what? Oh, I'm gonna tell you something. All the new ones are out. They make me feel old.
They're out.
You be like, bitch.
That's why I don't go nowhere.
I don't want to feel old. I want to feel young. No, well, it's a young one. You might feel like a young one.
Let me tell you, I already showed you the ones I deal with.
Yes, I've seen it.
What did you just say?
One of them is nice, love. I'll give you that one.
Oh, you are a hot ass mess.
But the other one, some of them look like they can't come past 10. You know, that's the ones you gotta get though.
Yeah. Tell them I'll be there. They don't show up until 15 days later. And that one that can't count past 10, I know you're talking about the one calling me.
He looked like a can't count. And I remember you sitting there one time just fooling him about something. And I'm just like, this is a shame. Like these are skills that you should already know. But go ahead, because
you got to school motherfuckers.
Y'all, we got through everything except for Michael Jackson's family being upset that Drake album. One of the nephews, Austin Brown, I gotta make sure I get the names right, who's BB's son, said that, bitch, if you wanna do it, no, he shouldn't do it because it wasn't finished. You know, but he said he ain't got nothing against Drake or none of that stuff. He don't know what leaps he got to get to it, but if it wasn't finished, he shouldn't be messing with it. And Tiana Taylor's album, Keep That Same Energy, will not be re-released. It won't be remastered. It won't be refixed or anything. It is what it is. She could not get the clearances to certain samples on her album, so it will not be there. So it will always be an incomplete project, and it sounds incomplete. And that's a shame because Kanye, you didn't do that to Nas. You didn't do that to Pusha T.
And we've been and Tiana Taylor fans have been waiting for a very long time.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years for a new album. And it's only 23 minutes and it's unmasked. It's just
a mess.
A mess. And I did a review on it, and if you missed it, you should watch it. But it got a couple of bops on there, but it's really like when you really get into some of the songs, it fades into the next one. It's like, what? And Kanye released the album all late. Like, the only female I think that he has, and he does her dirty like that. And Tiana, if I were you, I would want to get out there and just start over. Do something. I don't know. But it's just not fair to you, and I feel sorry for you because, you know, it's just not right that he did that to you. And Remy Ma is pregnant. Congratulations to Remy Ma and Papoose. She is 4 months pregnant. And I just want to give a shout out to England for beating Colombia in the World Cup. The World Cup has been a lot of drama, and it's been fun to watch. And now that I'm every 4 years, like I get more into it. It's just fun, and it's exciting. and hopefully America gets in 2022 because we are hosting the World Cup in 2026. It's going to 2026. It's going to be United States, Canada, and Mexico.
Well, where are we hosting it at?
All over stadiums all around
The country.
the country, and then the Canada, Mexico. So it's going to be a great time, and it's going to be a lot of money coming because by that time soccer might be more and not more important than any other sport, but it will be up there with the likes of basketball and football and all of that stuff. So yes, just shout out to all the other countries and make sure that you guys stay away from dynamite and fireworks. I mean, these fireworks can fuck you up. I haven't really been hearing no dynamites lately, thank God. But be careful with the fireworks. No drinking and driving. If you're going down the Parkway tomorrow here in Philadelphia, please be safe. Pitbull is performing. I'll watch him on TV. I'm not interested in doing that.
I think I'm gonna take my ass home.
Yeah,
you know, I have my
it's too
craft
hot
this weekend, so
Oh, I forgot about that.
it came fast.
Yes, it's told you, July is like this. Bitch, summer almost over.
Listen, guys, I know a lot of people were hitting me up too about. Remember we were talking about the museum in DC? I checked online, and they suspended the group portion.
They tried it.
Because they were getting so. It's the way they explained it. The way they explained it on the website. It's a little silly to me, but basically it's too much to handle. So they're trying to revamp to see how they can better service.
Maybe if they keep it open on
because they don't let it. I think it closes at 5.
Yeah,
like you need to keep it. Yeah, like you said, if they keep it open longer, then maybe. But whatever the case may be, I have not forgotten about you guys when I talked about the trip to the African American Museum down in DC. It's just that they're revamping their group portion of the museum, so I'm trying to wait until they finish doing that, and then I will be able to reserve tickets. Also, I just told Kevin my crab feast for 2018 is this Saturday, July 7th, and I'm excited. Sold out. We're going to go down to Baltimore, have a great time. Now, this is my 3rd annual crab feast. Next year will be my 4th annual because I do plan on giving it next year. If you guys want to be on that bus, you're going to have to make sure you guys put in a deposit when I announce it. Now, I always say, you have to come down on the bus, you have to come down on the bus. And then you still have people hitting me up saying, well, I live down there, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. The reason why I tell you guys that you have to come on the bus is because these particular trips, including this crab feast, you are paying for the feast itself and you're paying for the bus. Okay? If you decide that you are not going to come, and it's ticketed by how many people are coming down on the bus. So therefore, if you decide to come down, if you decide that you don't want to be on the bus because you already live down there, somebody has to pay for your portion of the bus.
And you're not.
And I'm not doing that. So that's why it is important that you come. Now, if you don't live in Philly and you don't live near Philly and you are unable to come down on the bus, I'm sorry, I can't help you. This is a group trip, and unfortunately, everybody has to come down on the bus. Now, unfortunately for you guys who can't, I'm sorry, but this is why I say what I say when I say you have to come down on the bus. So shout out to those of you, because there's quite a few viewers who are actually going on the trip with me this Saturday. So shout out to them who watched and said, you know, who sent in their money and paid. Have a good time. It's going to be 50 of us. We're going to go down there, have a good time. We're going to eat crabs, eat seafood. We're going to party. We're going to drink. We're going to dance. We're going to go shopping. We're going to the casino. So next year, if you want to be on the bus, you got to make sure you hit me up and put in a deposit early, because this particular trip sold out in 1 month. I announced it in January 2017, and by the end of December of 2017, and by the end of January 2018, it was sold out. Sold out. There were a few people back and forth, but for the most part, it was sold out.
And that's exactly how I would like our show to be. So if you have not gotten your tickets,
there you go. There you go.
For August the 11th here in Philadelphia, please get your tickets. The link is inside the more info box.
Yes, sir.
Again, click the link. It's $25, and you don't need a PayPal account to pay the $25 for your ticket. And enjoy your 4th. Here comes the thunder. Y'all be safe, and we will see y'all. We'll try to see y'all this week, but if not, we'll see y'all next week. Okay, it's a holiday.
Yeah.
Peace.
You can't stop it from your phone?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I was about to say,
I forgot. I'm so used to oh damn, that chair went there. I'm so used
She
to
said, is it off?
not yet.
Hurry up. Tell me when it's off.